Afternoon, Saturday the 13th of March, just gone 2:15. My name's Dan Simpson. Welcome back to another Chairboys Live. It's match day. Wycombe take on Preston North End here at Adams Park. And I have to say, I'm a little bit optimistic about this one. It's not unfounded optimism either. This is hope that is built on a platform of bricks. Let me tell you why. All the last three of our matches against Preston have all had 4 or more goals in them. So the result might be a different thing, but I'm optimistic about a high-scoring, full of energy, very exciting performance. And I think after the last few matches, let's be honest, they've been a little bit drab. I think we're due one today. It's the perfect time, I think, to get back on the horse, to end the season strongly. We can have a repeat of the fantastic, one of the highlights of the season back in January, the 4-1 win here in the FA Cup when we were 3-0 up at half-time. And Preston might just be the perfect team to play. They've lost 3 of their last 4 away. They've got a pretty good away run over the course of the season. I think they're 6th in the away table, but lost 3 of their last 4 away. They've only won 2 of their last 10 as well. They are 15th in the league, and in the swirling winds with an attacking team, you can see there 2 changes. Ikpeazu comes in with that attacking lineup against a Preston team that we beat here comprehensively in January. I think this might be the perfect day for the Blues to finish the season strongly and put on some properly exciting, entertaining performances. As always, in the comments, let me know where you are watching all around the world. And here's what I want to know from you today. In my hope of an exciting, optimistic, all-out attacking game, I want to know what's your favourite high-scoring win that the Chairboys have been part of? Can't be a draw. Can't be a high-scoring loss where we were narrowly pipped to it. High-scoring win. Let me know your favourite. Maybe it was the famous Bean with the shot game, 4-3, back a few seasons ago now when we went up into 2018. Let me know your favourite high-scoring win. I will bring it up here and we'll say hello. I'll keep you busy for the next half hour or so. Kick off at 3 o'clock today. Now is the time to get your iFollow passes. Hopefully we're going to get some opposition view. We will hear from Gareth Ainsworth as well. And we'll see about an award winner from the club, from the Sports Education Trust. That's on the way. Stick around. Before then, let's cross live to pitchside and get the team news from Tom Baldwin, who's up in the press box. Hey, Tom.
I'm doing well, Dan. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm very well. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. So, yeah, as I've said, I'm very optimistic for a high-scoring, all-out, energetic, properly attacking performance today. And we look like we've got the team that can do that. Just run us through the starting 11.
Yeah, so welcome back to Adams Park for what seems to be a rarity at the moment. A 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday. It's very rare at the moment. And it's nice to have you back here as we come up against Preston North End, who we have a pretty favourable record against this season. We drew against them, as you mentioned, back in December after taking out 2-1 lead, just missing out to an own goal. I believe it's Jason McCarthy in the end. And then, of course, we smashed them in the FA Cup 4-1, although they had slightly rotated their team. But it is our 18th meeting today between the sides, and Preston don't arrive into this game with great form at all. They've only won 3 games in 2021, with their last win coming up against Huddersfield Town at the end of February. Looking at some of their players, obviously Scott Sinclair, who I'll mention later, but Ched Evans, he's scored in his last 2 games for Preston. He coincidentally also scored for Fleetwood back in the playoff semi-finals, but of course, that didn't stop us from reaching the final and going all the way. I mentioned Scott Sinclair. He's their danger man, of course. He scored 9 goals this season. He's their top goal scorer in the league. He coincidentally played for Aston Villa back in the FA Cup 3rd round in January 2016, all those years ago. He got subbed off at half-time, I believe, so he had a great game. And for Wycombe, we obviously come off the back of a bit of a slump after the victory against Reading at home. So I'm hoping for a bit of our rules magic today. I will mention briefly the sort of triple header away games against Watford, Stoke and QPR. I think Matt kind of mentioned it last week on Chairboy's side, but it was an extremely tough run-in after Reading. We played Norwich, then we played Watford, two promotion-chasing teams, especially Norwich. And I think we had chances in those games, thinking about Wheeler's offside against Watford and sort of similar instances like that. But we're going to have to put that behind us and keep moving forward as this team does so well, to be fair, because we know how it stands at the moment. But what this team guarantees is fight, determination, because no one's giving up. Just think back to what Stocko said against Millwall when he was talking to Moose at the end of the game. He said that dressing room is so up for this. and they're so ready for the battle. So they won't be giving up anytime soon. And in terms of important news today, I did mention Jeremy mentioned it in chat, actually. Today's game has been selected for international broadcast, so therefore isn't available everywhere around the world on iFollow. So to make sure that you can watch the game, get on the website to get all the up-to-date info. So, for example, in the US, it's on ESPN Plus. So make sure you double check the listings on wwfc.com. So, team news for Wycombe today. There are two main absentees: Jordan Abita and David Wheeler, both of whom missed out for the midweek game against QPR. Miss out today. In terms of headline news, Uche Ikpeazu was back alongside Gareth McCleary. And Alex Samuel, one of the goal scorers against Preston North End, actually in that FA Cup game, drops to the bench alongside Admiral Mcguire, who actually played his debut against Preston North End back in January. And Daryl Horgan starts again against his former club today. So for the full lineup, we start David Stockdale at goal, Joe Jacobson, captain, he was an up scorer in that FA Cup game. Dom Gate comes back, Tafazoli, Uche Ikpeazu, who I mentioned, Josh Knight, Daryl Horgan, Curtis Thompson, Gareth McCleary, Jason McCarthy, and Anis Mehdi. It's going to be a good one, Dan.
You mentioned tricky run of results. We had Stoke away, we had Norwich at home, we had Nottingham Forest at home. It's Watford away as well. Now, you mentioned those. Some of those were free hits. And I know I'm here in a club capacity. I was doing the commentary away on Tuesday at QPR. But to my mind, that's what made Tuesday's result at Rangers all the more disappointing, really. I felt they were there for the win. I thought after some tricky results beforehand, where we put the performance in, but were a bit unlucky without getting 3 points, that maybe QPR was one that we could have really gone for if we were a little more clinical up front. What did you make of that performance on the back of a hard run of games?
Yeah, it was sort of a difficult game, really, actually, because I felt QPR and Wycombe, we were going in very similar, to be honest. QPR are very similar side in sort of stature to us, and I felt actually we could, I felt we went in to win it, but in the end it was just one sort of lackadaisical, sort of off the, not paying attention sort of goal where we accidentally just missed out. But I didn't think it was a game of clear chances at all. And in the end, probably a draw would have been the fair result. But I mean, Dan, you were there. What did you think in terms of sort of the play that Wycombe had? I know we had 1 or 2 chances, but it wasn't clear cut.
Well, I mean, I thought the commentary was excellent. I was only compared to Michael Owen once, by the way, and which I think is fair cop. What did I think? I thought Wycombe did a bit of what we've done all season at times, in which we have played well. We look like we're going to turn up and blitz the team away, and then we just struggle to figure out what to do with it when we were going forward. I mentioned sometimes it feels like we're caught in two minds of whether we want to try and nip it over, we want to try and push on with Uche, or whether we want to try and be a bit jinky with Mehdi. And these things, because it is kind of a season of transition for us, it's something that we will work ourselves out. You've taken us through the Preston side. Any other players that we should watch out for? Ched Evans, Scott Sinclair in there. What else is going on for North End?
Yeah, for the away side, it's an interesting one. Preston manager Alex Neil actually said midweek that Wycombe have been really competitive and pretty much deserve to be higher than where we are. And we've taken a few good scalps, and we know, basically, he said that he knows that Wycombe are going to perform really well in this game today. For Preston, they're slightly hit with injuries. So in terms of some of their key players, they're missing a few: Ryan Ledson, Andrew Hughes, Patrick Bauer, Declan Rudd. Some of their players haven't been so on the ball as well. Sean Mcguire, he starts today. Interestingly, he was actually on a pre-season tournament with Wycombe where he scored, I believe, in France. I can't remember the year. It might have been 2017. So he's got some history with the club. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. This Preston North End side's good, but I certainly think it's beatable. And as long as Wycombe go in with the right attitude, as I'm sure they will, yeah, it's going to be a close one.
I think you're absolutely right, Tom. I'm up for 3 points today. Tom Baldwin, thank you for joining us from the press box. We'll see you soon, mate. Let me just fly through some of the comments that have piped up. Liam O'Rourke, who's doing commentary today? You have to rest their star talent. Me and Cecil aren't doing it today. It's Phil. Phil Catchwell's back with Sam Avery from BBC Three Counties. So very good news there. I've been asking for your high-scoring wins. I'm very optimistic about a lot of goals today. There have been 4 or more goals in the last 3 competitive matches between the sides. I'm hopeful for a lot of goals. I'm hopeful for an exciting attacking win. So I want to know What's been your favourite high-scoring win for the Chairboys? Jeremy Lance bowling over Joey Barton's gang in the first leg match in the playoffs. Pretty fun. Yes, 4-1 last season, back up in Fleetwood. Joey Barton picks his clubs, doesn't he, as well? Kind of after that result, I think there's a little bit of a tete-a-tete between Fleetwood and the Chairboys now, and he's gone to Bristol Rovers. He knows how to wind up the Chairboys, doesn't he? Sue McLeod, yes. Carlisle at home 4-3. I think that was the beam with the shot match, wasn't it, Sue? Fantastic result. And that season, 2017-2018, when we went up, so many high-scoring games. We never looked written off, did we? What else have we got? Oh, Sue again. Wycombe won 4-3 at Hereford. Thank you very much. What else have we got? MX1 Gaming. Thank you very much for this. Remember this one? 4-0 Crawley. Mikhail Smith hat-trick. Craig Mikhail-Smith, CMS's finest performance in the quarters, I think. We really, I mean, he was a fantastic player for us, but harked back to the player he was at Brighton and at Peterborough in that stunning performance here at Adams Park. I think it was a Tuesday. Fantastic. Thank you for that. MX Gaming 1. Those are like relatively new. If there are any older heads watching, any that can remember high-scoring Wycombe games from like the lower leagues, maybe even the Isthmian League, please get in touch. Leave it in the comments. We'll pipe it up. Now, we should be getting some opposition view in a little bit. First, remember, you can always be a virtual mascot for the club. You can't be here at Adams Park. You can do the next best thing. You can bring Matchday to your home in every single way possible, including being a Chairboys Live virtual mascot. Today, we have 6. We've got Dylan. We've got hello, Harrison. Hello, Evie. We've got Jack. Great thumbs up from Sam. Hello, mate. And hello to Felix as well. I've started a new thing where I'm trying to grade everyone's smile, decide who's got the cheekiest grin for the virtual mascots. I'm going with Jack today, mainly for the hands-on hips swagger, but I do love the thumbs up from Sam as well. Now, you can find out how to be a virtual mascot, wwfc.com. All the details in how you can do it and what you get is included on the website, wwfc.com. One of the things that you do get to do is have a chat to one of your favourite Chairboys stars to grill them the really important questions. And today, those 6 mascots that you've just seen, they've been catching up with Jason McCarthy.
Jack, are you there, Jack?
Yeah.
Hi, Jack. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Can you let us know how old you are and your favourite player and a question for Jason?
How old are you?
5.
When's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
So how old are you tomorrow?
6.
That's exciting.
That's good, isn't it?
You doing anything, Jack? Anything in particular? Or whatever you can be doing.
What are you doing? What are you having for dinner tomorrow?
KFC.
Wow, love it. Love it.
And who's your favourite player, Jack?
Who's your favourite player?
I
You don't know. Yeah, right, okay.
Okay, that's all right. And do you have a question for Jason?
Any question then?
How did you become a professional footballer?
So I went. It was a long process, but I was in the Southampton Academy with Dominic Gape, and I signed when I was like 9. No, so I was 8, and I went right the way through the academy, and then when I was 16, I got offered a professional contract, which was one of the best moments of my life. I remember the academy director pulled me and my dad into the office and offered me a 3-year professional contract, and it was a moment I'll never forget.
Right, if we speak to Evie next. Evie, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. And how old are you? And what's your favourite player? Who's your favourite player?
I'm 13 and my favourite player is Anis Mehmeti.
Cool. Okay. And have you got a question for Jason?
Who's the most annoying in the changing rooms?
It's a good question. Do you know what? I'd probably have to say Scott Cashkit. He is. I don't really find him that annoying, but he just doesn't stop talking. I can talk for England as well, so I'm absolutely fine with it. But he does do a lot of whinging on the pitch. But yeah, love Scotty. great guy, but I'd probably say the most annoying, just because he doesn't shut up, I'd say Scott Cashkett.
Let's speak to Dylan. Dylan, how you doing?
Good.
Good. How old are you, and who's your favourite player?
I'm 11, 12 tomorrow, and my favourite player is Jacobson.
Cool. Good shout. Any big plans tomorrow?
Curry.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Nice.
And what's your question for Jason?
Who's your favourite footballer?
So when I was growing up, it was Steven Gerrard, because I was a Liverpool fan. And now I'd probably, to be fair, still a Liverpool player. I'd probably say Andy Robertson. I really like how he plays. Someone who I try and sort of model my game on. So Andy Robertson, I'd say.
Let's speak to Sam. Sam, are you there?
Yeah,
Cool. Sam, good to see you. How old are you, Sam?
I'm 9 and I
Excellent.
turned 9 on the 8th of March.
Ah, cool. What did you do to celebrate?
Pardon?
What did you do to celebrate?
Oh, well, I had a medium-sized igloo in my back garden, and on my birthday, I had to go to school.
Oh, okay. Too bad then. What's your question for Jason?
As you're from Southampton, would you ever join Portsmouth?
It came very close to happening once, but it didn't for one reason or another. I don't know. I was very conflicted at the time. I guess I'm not a Southampton fan, but I do have a lot of ties there and stuff. So it would be a very difficult decision if it came to it. But also, it's very near home for me. So it's got pluses and minuses. But yeah, don't know. We'll see. Never say never. But I'm at Wycombe at the moment, and I'm absolutely loving it. And long may that continue.
11.
11. Cool. And who's your favourite player?
Jason McCarthy.
Great
Love it.
shout. Fantastic. What's your question for Jason?
How many goals have you scored in one game?
I scored 2 when I was at Walsall against Bury in a couple of seasons ago. It was cool actually because we were 3-1 down, and I scored 2 to get it back to 3-3. So that was really cool. So yeah, and it was 2 in 3 minutes. So my mind was going crazy.
There you go. Happy birthday to Dylan, by the way. Big curry tomorrow. Thank you very much for that, Dylan. Also, here's a question: what is a medium-sized igloo? What's a small igloo? What's a big igloo? I'm happy that you bet on medium-sized igloo for your birthday. Thank you very much to all our Chairboys virtual live mascots. If you want to be a virtual mascot, that's what you need to do. That's what you get. All of that included. You can ask questions to your favourite Chairboys star. wwfc.com is the place you need to go for that. Now, in just a sec, we'll get some opposition view here on Chairboys Live. Very quickly, let's just run through a few of your favourite high-scoring Wycombe games. Toby Thorne, when Wycombe beat Burnley 4-1, 95-96 season at home, 16-odd years ago now, and then we beat them 5-0. Burnley, now in the Premier League, we beat them 4-1 and 5-0 here. It's amazing, isn't it? The storied history of clubs is fantastic. Also, hello to Beverly Eames. Her first game here at Adams Park, Wycombe versus Yeovil, 5-1. We could channel that today, couldn't we? Beverly, thank you very much for getting in touch. Now, we heard the team news earlier on. 2 changes for the Chairboys. You can see it just ticking below you there. And Gareth Ainsworth has been talking through his selection with our very own Alicia Bovey.
So 2 changes today as Uche and Mcguire are back in. What's the thinking behind that?
Yeah, we've tried a few things recently, and I think that you don't want to tinker too much with formations and selection, but it's tough when you're losing games and people are deserving a chance. But we're solid shape today. We know what we're doing. I think it's important that the boys give for each other, and they have been doing. Just want it a little bit more, and we've got a real powerful bench again, and all 20 of them today are gonna work hard for this result. We can do this. You know, there's no doubting that we can win 8 out of 11 games. We're going for it, and you know, we've come up short goals-wise lately. You know, again, I think a couple of things have gone against us, but we've been close. We've been in games. I want to be in this one. I want to be winning this one. The boys know exactly what the remit is today, and looking forward to seeing what they can do.
And it was a 4-1 win in the Cup against this lot last time we played them. Is it going to be the same again today?
I mean, they made a lot of changes that day, you know. Not taking anything away from us. I thought we were fantastic that day, you know. So, you know we can do this. We know we have a tough game in our hands. Alex Neil's, you know, a wily guy, and he'll have his team set up really well. Yeah, it's about individuals. So, but if you told me I had to win 8 games out of 11 to stay in the championship, I'd be giving absolutely everything for that. I've just told the players that's exactly what's happening. They need to give absolutely everything now for the next 8-10 weeks. Starting today, we have a big chance to get some points on the board, and the boys are up for this one. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully we can repeat the cup game, but that has really no bearing on the league. It'll be a tough game, but looking forward to it.
Strong words there from Gareth Ainsworth. 8 wins will put us in with a fighting chance of staying up. It's Preston that's standing between us getting those 3 points today. Let's have a look what they're all about. Let's chat to Josh Knowles from the From the Finney podcast. He joins us on Chairboys Live. Hey, Josh.
Hi, you all right?
Yes, very well. Thank you very much for joining us. Listen, I'm struggling to wonder what Preston are all about, really. I mean, as we've just seen there, I mean, we've not done too badly against you this season. I think it was a draw up at Deepdale, 4-1 in the FA Cup back in January. Your run recently hasn't been great. I mean, only winning 2 of your last 10. You've lost 3 of the last 4 away. I guess it's a really open question for you to run with. But what are Preston about this season? Is it kind of what you expected? Is it a bit disappointed? How have you fared?
Yeah, it's been a very inconsistent season. January was a massive transition period for the club, which I'm sure will continue in the summer. We've lost quite a few players due to expiring contracts and just players moving on. And we've had to bring quite a few in, many on loan, which hasn't been ideal. But yeah, we've just been very inconsistent this year. We've won games which I never would have thought we'd have won, such as like Bournemouth away. And then we've also had some pretty shocking performances like the FA Cup game with Wycombe. So,
but I mean, you managed to do all this without much threat of relegation. You're a proper mid-table side, 15th in the league. Do you see this as a platform to build on for next season, Josh? Maybe a bit inconsistent now, but if Alex Neil can kind of make the tweaks in the next 10 weeks, then you can give it a good go next time around?
Yeah, Alex Neil's mentioned quite a few times that he's quite excited for next season. I think if we get a decent window in and spend it in certain positions, I think we've got a solid sort of foundation to build on next year and hopefully push for the playoffs, which I think quite a few fans were expecting this year, and it just hasn't really come. The squad's become quite stale. I mean, we made 2 transfers in 18 months, so it was, yeah, this season was kind of bound to happen. It was just a case of when.
Now, from where I see it, I might be being, a bit stereotypical here because Alex Neil is a Scotsman, but I imagine Preston, the type of football that he plays to be, a bit like Wycombe's style of football, in like very committed, very aggressive, let's get in amongst it. Have I got that right? Are you a more attractive side than I'm kind of giving you credit for, Josh?
When Alex Neil first took over, yes, we played some great football. The last season or so, especially without fans, I think, which has had an effect. I think football's been hard to watch at times. Certainly with sort of long balls and stuff like that. And Alex Neil's had criticism for it, but we do press in certain games very well. And when we do that with the right players, especially since we brought in Ched Evans, his pressing's brought something else to us. And yeah, on our day, we are a good side. It's just that this season it's been quite inconsistent.
We kind of brought you on to let us a little bit under the curtain in terms of your team. I mean, we've spoken about Ched Evans and Scott Sinclair, the big names that we would recognise. Is there anyone else that might cause the Chairboys trouble today? Anyone that we will see lighting things up here at Adams Park that maybe we won't expect?
Anthony Gordon's on the bench this afternoon. I think he could come on and do something. He's only had a couple of starts so far. We've got him on loan from Everton in January, and he's looked a really good prospect. His end products he worked with, but he's still very young, so that's obviously gonna come throughout his career. But I'd hope to see him get a decent amount of time this afternoon, because he changed the game last weekend against Portsmouth. Him and Sean Mcguire came on with about half an hour to go, and they changed the game for us, made us a lot more direct. So I'd hope to see him come on and hopefully do something.
Now, I mentioned the iffy recent away form, but you've been one of the best away sides in the league. So I think you're 6th in the league, the away league table, but quite low in the home league table. Now Deepdale is obviously one of the most famous historic grounds in English football. Why are the players not being able to perform there this season, do you think? Does it simply come down to you've not got the classic fans in there to cheer them on?
Yeah, honestly, we've all been asking the same question. At the start of the season, we was unreal in every away game, and then every home game we just looked clueless. Tactically, it was quite obvious what teams were doing. There was quite a lot of time we were playing against teams playing 5 at the back, and for the first half an hour they'd sit in, and we didn't have many creative players. So it was a sense of North End just hitting and open, and then teams after sort of first half would come out second half and just outplay us. So honestly, the home form is a mystery to everyone. But it seems if we're playing well at home, we can't get a win away. So we can't get both of them. But
it's always the case, isn't it? Either one or the other. Listen, last question. I've mentioned the terrible away form. I'll do it one more time, and it'll probably come back to bite me again on Twitter. But Preston have only won 2 of their last 10 complete games. You've lost 3 of their last 4 away games. What's the score going to be today, Josh?
I think we'll win today. I'm going to say 2-0 North End.
2-0? 2? There's been 4 or more goals in the last 3 games. You're bringing 2-0 to the table.
Yeah, North End don't score very often. But yeah, I'll go.
And you're going to score 2 today. I tell you what. Josh, thank you so much for joining us from the Philly podcast. If you're at all interested in goings on up at Deepdale, make sure you give it a listen. Josh, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Bad. Cheers, Bud. A mixture between Bud and Dad, I think. Anyway, thank you very much to Josh. 2-0. People come on Chairboys Live sometimes and seem to lose their minds. Right, very quickly before we go, remember the game is on iFollow differently internationally around the world this time. It might be on ESPN Plus where you live. You can find all that out online, wwfc.com. Before we go, let's have a very good story to finish this week's Chairboys Live. Georgia from SET here at the club, the Wycombe Wanderers Sports Education Trust. She's only gone and won an award. Good season. She's won Young Charity Woman of the Year at the Bucks Women in Charity Awards. She won this on International Women's Day. And here's what some of her colleagues have been saying about her.
G, we can't thank you enough for all your hard work and dedication that you show your community every day. You have inspired people with long-term mental health conditions to believe in themselves, supporting them to try different coping strategies, apply for volunteering roles, make new friends, and talk someone out of committing suicide. You have taught over 100 people to become dementia friends and increase awareness. And during COVID, you have helped our most isolated members of our community to feel like they have a friend that they can talk to, and help those in need to get their shopping and prescriptions. We couldn't be prouder of you, G, for winning the Young Woman in Charity Award. It is fully deserved. You came in to Wycombe Wanderers Sports Education Trust as an apprentice and quite literally hit the ground running. Your positivity and pure joy just shines through, and your community absolutely adore you for it. You go above and beyond to support people within our community, and especially those with mental health. You are a true inspiration to a lot of people, and yeah, I couldn't think of anyone else more deserving of this award than you.
She's only gone and done it. Well done, G. Great work on your reward win. Now that you're famous, we'll have to book in time to go to Greg's. But great work from you. Everyone at the office is so proud of you and your achievements. I've known you for a long time. It's been great to see your integration into the set team. Everyone loves you. Everyone loves being around you. You're always looking to help out others, which shows in the award that you've won. So great work. We're all proud of you. We hope to see you soon.
Huge congratulations to G for winning Charity Woman of the Year. No one deserves it more than G. She works so hard and her passion just shines through in everything she does. We are so lucky to have G as part of the Ready Go set team.
Massive congratulations to Georgia. Brilliant story from the season. Young Charity Woman of the Year from Wycombe Wanderers' very own Sports Education Trust. Huge well done to G, to Georgia. Right, thank you very much for watching. Another Chairboys Live. Kickoff is in just over 10 minutes. Get your iFollow passes now. If you're elsewhere in the worldwide Wycombe phenomenon, find out where you can watch it. www.fc.com. I think it's on ESPN Plus for you. As I've said, the last 3 games, competitive fixtures between the clubs, have had 4 or more goals in them. So expect a nice 0-0 draw, I reckon. Gareth Ainsworth has said we are going for this one today. 8 wins, and we give ourselves a fighting chance. Big talk. Let's follow it up. Great game to try and do it with. Let's end the season strongly and get all 3 against Preston. 3 goals would be nice as well. Thank you very much for watching Chairboys Live. We will see you soon. Come on,